Today, we're going to explore one of the most mind-bending ideas about who you really are. It's a theory that honestly, it tears down the very foundation of your identity and suggests that the line between you and me and literally everyone else is just a complete illusion. But let's start with a question for you, and I mean you specifically. What are the odds that you exist? Not just that a person exists, but that you are the one who is here, right now, experiencing this moment. It's a question we almost never think to ask, but it's the key that unlocks a pretty profound mystery. The odds are, well, they're just staggering. To even be conceived from your specific parents and your 4 grandparents, the chances were 1 in 8 septillion. I mean, just try to wrap your head around that. For your mother to be born, 1 single sperm cell out of hundreds of millions had to win that race. Same for your father. And then another 1 in a million shot had to happen for you to be born. And remember, that's only going back 2 generations. You are, for all intents and purposes, the winner of an impossible cosmic lottery. Now, whenever we run into an improbability this huge, it's a massive clue. It's a sign that we might be completely misunderstanding the rules of the game. So let's start by looking for some cracks in our everyday common sense idea of what it means to be a person. This is what we all just assume, right? The usual view. I'm me, you're you, my thoughts and feelings are mine, locked up in my head, your experiences are yours. It feels completely obvious, but what if this whole idea is based on one giant mistake? Believe it or not, a joke from the ancient Roman Empire can actually show us just how weird this view is. It's a simple little story, but it packs a serious philosophical punch. Okay, so the story goes like this. You've got a barber, an academic, and a bald man all traveling together. The barber, during his watch, gets a little mischievous and shaves the academic's head while he's sleeping. So when it's time to wake the academic up for his turn, the guy groggily reaches up, rubs his newly smooth scalp, and he concludes that the barber must have woken up the wrong person. He thinks, I feel a bald head, so he must have woken up the bald man. And that right there, that's the academic's big mistake. See, he has this direct, first-person experience of being awake. That's his immediate reality, but he completely ignores it. Instead, he trusts a third-person objective fact. This head is bald, therefore it must belong to the bald man. He's confusing a description of himself with the actual experience of being himself. So this leads to a crucial point. If our identity isn't just a list of facts about our bodies or our brains, if it's really tied to that immediate first-person feeling of just being, then what in the world is it? And this very question leads us straight to a stunning solution from a philosopher named Arnold Zuboff, an idea that he calls Universalism. So what is universalism? The theory proposes that the first-person feeling of I, the very thing the academic ignored, isn't unique to him. In fact, it's not unique to anyone. It's universal. The idea is there's only one subject experiencing everything, everywhere. The I that is you is the very same I that is me, and the same I that is every other conscious being that has ever existed. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds completely outrageous. But the argument for it isn't based on some mystical feeling. It's grounded in cold, hard probability. Zuboff frames the existence of your consciousness as a choice between 2 possible games you could be playing. So on one hand, you have the hard game. This is our usual view of the world. For you to be here, an astronomically unlikely chain of events had to happen, stretching all the way back to the dawn of life. Your odds of winning this game were, let's be honest, basically 0. Then there's the easy game. This is universalism. In this game, consciousness, your consciousness, was guaranteed to exist in the very first conscious being that ever came to be, and in every single one sense. The odds weren't low, they were 100%. So, from your perspective, sitting here right now, which game is it more likely that you're playing? To really feel the absurdity of the hard game, think about this little fable. A tyrant takes a single, unique grain of sand and has it dropped randomly somewhere in the entire Sahara Desert. Then, a second caravan is sent out. A prisoner's life will only be spared if, by pure random chance, that exact same grain of sand gets stuck to the sticky tip of a single hair on a camel's tail. The chances are just beyond astronomical. And here is the real kicker. Remember that 1 in 8 septillion number from before? That was just for 2 generations. Go back 1,000 generations, and the odds of you showing up become so impossibly small that winning that tyrant's game would be a complete cinch by comparison. The very fact that you are here, Right now, thinking about this question is the single greatest piece of evidence you have that you must be playing the easy game. Your existence isn't some random fluke, it was an inevitability. Okay, so if we accept this, even just for a minute, what are the implications? If there's really only one eye experiencing everything, the world starts to look completely, radically different. Well, first, the fear of death, as just total annihilation, it kind of vanishes. The single subject of consciousness doesn't end, it just continues in all the other conscious beings forever. Second, narrow self-interest completely expands. It becomes an interest in the well-being of all, because every single joy and every single pain experienced by anyone is ultimately your own. And finally, things like retribution, revenge, they just lose their logic. How can you possibly punish an other when there are no others? This whole idea leads to this breathtaking expansion of what you are. Every perspective, every single conflict, every act of incredible cruelty, and every act of incredible kindness throughout all of history has been experienced by the same single subject. It's all you. And so that brings us right back to where we started, with a question just for you. Because this isn't just some abstract philosophical puzzle. If universalism were true, if every single person you ever meet is just another window for your own consciousness, how would that actually change the way you live your life, starting from this very moment?